Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Got it.
Now Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers of reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. And over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On 2nd down now. It's Freeman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 3rd down, Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
14. Check. 59. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Ball try. 59 mark. Check. 59.
Here's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing. Game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
This throw complete. Wilson finding Lockett. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 50-yard line.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. From midfield now, here's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Seattle.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. This is Carson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the 41, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Bang out, bang out, bam, bam. You don't want that, baby. You don't want that. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
21-yard line.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
56. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Now it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
59, ready, ready. Check 56. Watch the run, watch the run.
throwing now. Ryan on first down. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a third straight All-Pro season.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in Week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Right there, 56. Here we go. Got. Me. I got this. Mike 56. Space.
On second down, Freeman. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Done for the field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Seahawks.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now it's Carson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Watch 84. Watch 0. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Come on.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
On first down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Finding room at the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Second and 1 at the 27-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They run it with Carson. And he's got some space here. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown of the season as his scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. That one goes for 24 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They toss to Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready, get ready. Mike 54. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
This one caught by Ridley. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Out of bounds across midfield at the 48.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Ryan. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Wilson, he sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wilson now going to throw again. Looking sideline, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. 3rd down here. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. This is taken around the 12. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Come on, QB, come on.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Alert. Scared situation. Let's go. Mike 5-9. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Go 14.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, Wilson dancing to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just... And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one 4th quarter comeback for the QB. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Gets it off to Freeman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike. And come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. All right, 25 tonight. 54 Mike.
Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
Hey, South. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
On 3rd down, Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
1-yard attempt.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check it out, Reed. Show it.
Wilson to throw again. Flush to his right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike. You guys listen.
Now Wilson operating from the gun. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. No. Kill.
Throwing again. Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
54, Mike, 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
I'm coming after you. '54 is Mike.
Now Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Watch the screen. Right. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
From the shotgun, Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the first guard selected in the draft back in April, Chris Lindstrom from BC. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Check 37. Check 37. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away.
The Seahawks take over.
Good work, boys. Go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, it's Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that time. Gun. Breathe, defense.
Here's Ryan. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll look to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Oh, what a juke into space. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Gun. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Back to throw. And this one incomplete. too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
The Falcons on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4. Check. He's checking.
Ryan to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game.
And let's pin the mirror.
On first down, Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run again with Carson. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
59 Mike, check, 59. Oh, yeah. Zebra. Here we go again. Watch the safety creep. Hey.
Throwing now is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tack McKinley. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5, and they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Get ready, dog. the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know when Mace, Pops, and Dave win.
Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went.
Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred.
Meaning credentials.
Best of both worlds
When we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready?
Ready.
Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a close
fool?
encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes,